Hello, fourth graders. This lesson that I am going to show you is teaching you about the rounding of numbers. The rounding of numbers is something that you guys have practiced quite a bit starting in first grade, and then you moved on to more complex problems in second, and so forth and so on. In fourth grade, we still notice that quite a good amount of you still need a lot of work on this. So that is why we have chosen this lesson for this remote learning. Rounding numbers. And I'm going to go ahead and read this task analysis because it does give you some really good information. When you round a number, you replace it with a number that's easier to work with, but not exact. Okay, I like this word exact because it is telling you that you are coming up with a general idea. It's not your exact answer. It's not the right answer 100%. Now, you can round numbers, different place values, depending on the value that the author is wanting you to round to. For an example, in this problem, round 478,456 to the place value of the underlined digit. Now, look at the number 4. That's what's underlined. That is in the hundred thousands place, and that's what has been underlined right here. Okay. Step 2, look at the number to the right of the underlined digit. So you're looking at the neighbor. If the neighbor is the numbers between 0 and 4, that means the digit that's underlined needs to stay the same. If the number to the right is between the numbers 5 to 9, the digit that's underlined needs to increase by 1 because that place value is moving up. So if we look at, again, this example, the 7 is the neighbor of the 4. Now the 7 is higher than 5, which forces that 4 to go up 1, which makes it a 5. So if you were to round this number would turn into 500,000 because all of the other numbers to the right of the underlying number need to be turned into zeros. Okay, so let's go ahead and move down to question number 1 on your worksheet. In 2010, the population of North Dakota was 672,591 people. Use the number line to round this number to the nearest 100,000 spot. So if I wanted to put this number on the number line, where would I place it? Well, I know that 672,000 is larger than 650,000. So I know for a fact that this number is not going to go anywhere right here on the number line. It needs to go somewhere here because 672,591 is somewhere between 650,000 and 700,000, which I know that. And since I know that, it is, and I can look at this, when you're rounding, a lot of times you're rounding to the highest place value. And in this case, I would underline the highest place value, which was a 6. Now, remember what we learned, that you look at the neighbor, that 7 forces that 6 to go up. So I know that 672,591 is closer to 700,000 than, and then I'm going to go ahead and write down 600,000. So if I were to look at 672,590, I know it's larger than 650. Here's 660. Here's 670. Here's 680. Well, I know 672, that means it goes right about here is where that digit would go. So then I know that, okay, so if I round this, am I going to round it to 700,000 or am I going to round it to 600,000? Clearly, the number is closer to the 700,000, so I know that I would round it to 700,000. Okay, so that's just a number sentence of putting in, making sure you understand exactly how to manipulate these numbers. Now, for the worksheet itself, you are just going to round some numbers. So if I'm going to round where the underlined digit is, so they want me to round the 100 spot. That 4 then looks at its neighbor, which is a 5. Now, remember with our task analysis, it tells us that anything that's 5 or higher, we have to round that number up. So I'm going to keep the 3 because it's to the left of the underlined number. That 4 goes up. and then everything to the right of that number turns into zeros. So my rounded number is 3,500. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and do number 3 as your last example. Okay. Actually, I'll do 2 more. Okay. So 180, again, this is the underlying number. So you look at the neighbor to the right, it's an 8. That 8 forces that 1 to go up. So my rounded amount is 200. Number 4, again, they underline the 7. Anything to the left stays. So I have a dollar sign. I'm going to keep it. Okay. That 7 looks at that 2 and goes, that's smaller than 5, which means the 7 stays the same, but then everything to the right turns into zeros. So my estimated amount, or my rounded amount, is 70,000. Again, there is some story problems on the second page that you'll need to do also. If I go to the worksheet, let me show you what it would look like. Again, you have the front page, you have to complete the sentence in the box. 672,591 is closer to, and then again, you're going to type in your information right here. So I know it's closer to 700,000. Oops, I forgot another 0 there, didn't I? Then, now we know it's not close to 600,000. So it rounds to 700,000. And you can take out the extra spaces here so that way typing it makes more sense. Oh, I forgot another 0 there too, didn't I? Oh my goodness. Okay, so it rounds to 700,000. Okay, and then again, you are going to type in your answers after you solve them. So the first one was 3,500. And number 3, the answer was 200. And if you're dealing with money, you can't forget your dollar sign. So the answer is $70,000. Okay, and you would just go through and finish typing your answers. Don't forget to do the back questions. And you also, on this one, you need to type your answer and explain your solution. Okay, you guys are set. Enjoy some math time. Thank you.